gentlemen, welcome to our presentation today. Our topic today about work practice and attitude. We are group 7, include 3 members. It's me, Thanh Huyền, Hồng Nhung, and Lina. I will talk about cross-cultural implication of the job search and steps to finding a job. Hồng Nhung will discuss about employer-employee relationship, on-the-job communication skill, and time consideration in the work world. And Lina will talk about workaholics and work ethic and materialism and reaction to work. And before the lesson, I would like to ask you a small question. Is it why you are studying at university?
I want to
You want to, thank you for your answer. I believe that all of you are sitting here because you want to get a better job in the future, and I hope that after this lesson, you guys can adapt to the work environment more easily in the future. Firstly, we will come with the first part of the lesson today, cross-cultural implication of the job search. Job hunting in United States or in American organization outside the United States is a challenging experience for American and especially for people outside from other countries. In Vietnam we have the term nhất tiền tệ nhị quan hệ. It means that a personal contact really can help us when finding a job. However, in United States, a personal contact of job connection does not really affect the job decision, the hiring decision. And you have to, if you want to find a job in USA or in American organization outside the USA, you have to rely on yourself rather than rely on job connection. And many immigrants really stop when coming to the United States and rely that government school or even job placement center do not hand people jobs on silver platter. Now I will provide some information to help you guys to answer the question, why is it so hard to get a job in the United States? Firstly, it's because the American economy is dying and can produce more jobs for people. Secondly, is the advance in technology. Nowadays, robots can display almost every job for people, especially manual job. So, and the third reason is American businesses pay more taxes than anywhere else in the world, and it's called many businesses tend to not hire many employees than before. And the last one is trade balance problem. American import more than export, so it affect the economic negatively and reduce the number of job positions for everyone. Next, I will talk about steps to finding a job. Job search. The search for skill or professional job in United States is require foreign people or immigrants to receive some additional training, and then the job search will follow 4 steps. First one is preparation. The second one is networking. The third one is resume development, and the last one is the interview. Now I will talk about preparation. So what we have to do to prepare for a job search? We have to identify our skill and our ability to work, and then we have to learn something about the agency or the company that we are applying for. This is really helpful when you attend an interview later. Next is networking. Many people just finding a job basically rely on their education, their ability, their experience. However, the first thing they need to do is to let everyone know that they are finding a job. So networking will help gather the employee and potential employee together, and we can broaden our social circle. We can broaden our social circle, and by participating in professional organization or to do volunteer work, we happy to show our ability. Next, we will come with resume development. In the United States, resume is the most popular one to sell ourselves to prospective employers. Resume. So what is resume? Resume is one or two page summary of professional goals, education, previous job, professional skill, honors, accomplishment, or sometimes include a little bit information about ourselves. And it's used to communicate quickly and easily with the employer. And when writing a resume, we shouldn't lie or exaggerate about our education or experience, because you will be fired that they rely that. And a resume often go with a cover letter. A cover letter is a letter that describes accurately and briefly about your professional background and job position. Yeah, here is the example of resume and cover letter. There are two kinds of resume. It's a chronological resume and functional resume. You can see on page 272. Next slide, right? Okay. You are hired is two words that everyone would love to hear when finding a job. However, we have to face with an interview before hearing juicy word. Most interview are started with a handshake and a small talk. And the best interview, the one with the two-way communication between employer and job applicant. And small talk is include some questions like how are you doing? How your travel to the company, and some about weather. And this small talk is used to create a more comfortable environment between employer and employee before the interview starts. And employer can use this small talk to indicate how this person can converse. There are some ways to make a good impression by appearing and hygiene. Firstly, neatly trim handbag. It means râu và tóc được cắt tỉa một cách gọn gàng. Secondly, clean fingernails là nghĩa là móng tay sạch sẽ. Polished shoes nghĩa là giày được đánh bóng. Clean and iron dress or suit and tie là đồ đạc được là ủi và sạch sẽ. Fresh breath là hơi thở thơm mát. And we should wear basic and modest amount of jewelry. During interview, a supervisor or manager will ask the applicant some question. Firstly, tell us about yourself. When they ask this question, it's not about yourself, but about your education and job history. What are your strengths and weaknesses? For many people, this question quite difficult because in their culture, they are taught to be not so up themselves and to be modest. However, if you want to find a job in America, you have to express yourself at a positive light. And about weaknesses, all that the employer want to know is that you know yourself, you're aware of your weakness, and you are doing something to improve yourself. And after the interview, applicants should ask the employer some question. If applicant has no question about the company, the employer might think that the person is not really interested in the job. So I can provide you guys some questions to ask the employer after the interview. Firstly, what are the most challenging aspects of this role? What do you like best about working for this company? What are my opportunities for professional advancement, and who I will be working with? Next, Hồng Nhung will discuss about.
Good afternoon, guys, and I'm Nhung. Now I will continue with my presentation. First of all, some of us, when we graduating after university, we maybe become an interpreter or translator professional and working in the large company in domestic or foreign company around the world. So we must blend into a new environment, commonly call it office culture, or call it employer-employee relationship. So first, what is the meaning of this term? Employer-employee relationship or employee relations. This term describes relation between co-worker and employee in workplace. Today, many companies are striving to become more flexible or faster, and for that reason, the focus on employee communication is bigger than ever before. The main goal of every employee relations is to improve relationship and collaboration in the workplace. And now I will analyze it to counter Eastern culture, typical America, and Eastern culture, typically Japan and Vietnam. First, foreigner-born individual notice in American companies is the casual nature. So, what is the casual nature? This among relationship between employer and employee in different status. they often show a great deal of informal interaction, include chatting and talking. It means cái này là kiểu giống như là dù ở trong cái nhiều cái gọi là thứ bậc khác nhau trong công ty, nhưng mà đối với lại người nước ngoài và đặc biệt là người Mỹ thì người ta vẫn giữ một cái thái độ rất là vui vẻ, hòa nhã, kiểu như là rất là kiểu bạn bè chứ không có thể hiện ra cấp trên cấp dưới. However, in Eastern country, for example, Japan and Vietnam, are vertically hierarchical. This means a thứ bậc theo chiều dọc. You can image employer like owner or your parents and you employee like children in family. It means we'll have distinct hierarchies. Hierarchies is thứ bậc, nó sẽ có thứ bậc riêng. Ví dụ như là thì có một câu nói là giám đốc như là cha là mẹ của chúng mình đó, nên là nó phải có một cái thứ bậc riêng chứ không có bình đẳng được như ở các nước phương Tây. In America, subordinates call their boss by the first name, like "Good morning, Jack." Jack is the first name. However, in the Vietnamese culture, calling direct your boss name is considered rude or impolite. Like if Mr. Wee in my process and I see him and I say, "Hi Wee," oh my gosh, it's so unusual, and in Vietnam it means hỗn. I know that. And so subordinates often call their boss by their title. For example, giám đốc hoặc là sếp hoặc là thầy. And in Japan, you should call your boss by the following last name and title, có nghĩa là họ của người Nhật và địa vị trong công ty. Ví dụ như là Mori Manager. However, many foreigner professions add Miss or Mr. To their first name. However, this is terms is very unfamiliar to American. To explain why many Americans do not like this item. Why many foreigner or new immigrants use sir or madam as the term of respect for American manager. For American manager, these convey a position of subservience, which again the American counter value of egalitarianism. So egalitarianism đó chính là chủ nghĩa quân bình, và mình sẽ làm rõ điều này. Chủ nghĩa quân bình ở đây thì mình đọc này mình cũng thể được khái quát được là chủ nghĩa quân bình ở đây đó chính là cái sự bình đẳng giữa tất cả mọi người ở trong xã hội và ở trong cả công ty ở Mỹ luôn. Nên là cái này được gọi là dù có phân thứ bậc như thế nào á, thì mọi người vẫn là mang một thái độ là bình đẳng, tôn trọng lẫn nhau. Điều này nó lại mâu thuẫn với lại cái văn hóa theo kiểu thứ bậc ở Việt Nam mình hay là ở Nhật Bản, nên là mình đưa vào cho mọi người tham khảo để khi nào mà lỡ có làm ở một công ty lớn hay là sau đó thì mọi người tham khảo theo văn hóa ở Mỹ. The American value of egalitarianism manifests itself in casual and informal behavior among people of different status. Okay, and you can look at the slide. You can see it's called an open door office policies. Đó chính là chính sách mở cửa. Okay, an open door policy, office policy so people have transparencies, tính minh bạch, and show a culture of equality and empowerment prevail in the workplace. Okay, even the United States, subordinate is not equal to the boss. The boss still has more power, earn higher salary, and makes decisions both hiring and firing. There is a formal chain of command, status, and hierarchy in the United States organization do exist. Mặc dù có rất là cái sự bình đẳng nhưng mà ở Mỹ và hay là ở Việt Nam hay là ở tất cả cái nào đó vẫn có cái sự gọi là quyền lực của sếp, và sếp người ta vẫn có một cái gọi là cái gì ta cái kiểu như là cũng vẫn là có cái sếp vẫn có cái quyền lực hơn nhân viên. Okay, the next slide is one the top communication skill. These issues I can say that this issue is a bit different in office culture. A bit office culture between American culture and Eastern culture like Japan and Vietnamese culture. Firstly, the communication style in American culture is direct and to the point. You can see. Okay, wait, I didn't understand that. Could you repeat again? It is the sentences common sentences and American meeting when employee who don't understand their past meaning. It's so the American workplace employee feel comfortable when he communicate with their boss about their idea, their opinion, and get feedback from their manager. Similarly, co-worker or their boss, if want to know other reaction, they might ask other, what do you think of what is your reactions to So it means they create a non-hierarchical environment at work. Đó là tạo lên một cái môi trường không cấp bậc ở trong cách làm việc của người Mỹ. And the communication style in Vietnamese and Japanese culture is direct and be careful. In many Eastern countries, when you stay with your boss, I don't understand. It's considered rude and impolite. It may indirectly imply that your boss don't explain clearly. And in Japan, some Japanese people may feel that it's difficult to offer an opinion if a person of higher status is present. Additionally, the Japanese person will give a carefully considered answer. It means đây có thể nói là một cái quy luật bất thành văn khi chúng ta làm việc trong môi trường châu Á, Việt Nam cũng như Nhật Bản. Khi mà mình nói với sếp mình là mình không hiểu cái điều đó thì có nghĩa là sếp mình đã không có giải thích rõ, nên người Việt Nam thường tránh điều đó. Hầu như thôi nha mọi người, hầu như không phải là tất cả nha. Okay, there are some notes, some important note when you can take note when you work with any company. Okay. Firstly, beginning of new ideas, making suggestions, asking your opinion, your idea with their boss, with their college, offering opinion when needed, and explain some information when member in your group don't understand your idea, and summarize for information to make sure that a point has been understood. And the last is encouraging people say their idea, their opinion, and learn to accept different point of view. Okay, next part A. You can look at the slide. If an employee appear to be passive in meeting, I think many people and typical American can feel that person is not active. So brainstorming is a group discussion to produce ideas or solve problem. The purpose of brainstorming is make employee more flexible, creative, and in order to solve their problem. This technical is used to collect all the idea of the group without stopping to discuss or evaluate the value or evaluate to the value of each suggestion. And the last one in my presentation is time consideration in the work. I honestly believe that promptness and punctuality major expectation in everyone's company, and in any place it is quietly told that people who keep appointments are considered to be dependable, and those who do not are seen as unreliable. It means theo nghĩa là người mà đi đến đúng giờ sẽ là một người như là có cái sự một người đáng tin cậy, và cái người mà họ không có tôn trọng, kiểu giống như là họ không có tôn trọng cái công việc đó hay là cuộc gặp đó, người ta sẽ gọi là không đáng tin cậy. Vâng, I think in any culture, time is money. Thời gian là vàng bạc. It seems very difficult to accept the delay for whatever reason. Một điều rất là chú ý khi mọi người đi làm sau này đó chính là thật sự là không thể nào mà có một cái lý do nào cho biện hộ cho cái việc đi trễ của mình. Khi mà mình thật sự là khi mà mình đi trễ thì nó sẽ làm ảnh hưởng đến uy tín của mình, nên mình rất là recommend mọi người đi đúng giờ. Time is money. And being on time was the most vital factor in the working, as he implied respect in the workplace. Okay, in the business in American, time is careful schedule. Don't waste time. Perhaps because the American culture value daily progress, there is a great emphasis on not wasting time. And the American work day usually begin at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., not as 8:10 or 8:14. Why they say that? Okay. Due to some employee can go to work late, and Americans do not spend a lot of time getting to know each other well before they do business. Mình nghĩ cái phần này chỉ là một phần thôi, tại vì mình nghĩ trong tất cả các xã hội nào thì người ta cũng cần có những mối quan hệ. Ở Việt Nam mình thì những mối quan hệ nó sẽ giúp mình đến một cái công việc tốt hơn, hoặc là sau này khi mà chúng mình tốt nghiệp mình có những mối quan hệ thì mình sẽ có một công việc tốt hơn. Thật sự là như vậy. Còn ở Mỹ người ta thường, nếu như mình nghĩ là người ta không giữ mối quan hệ thì nó không đúng, nhưng mà người ta thực sự chú trọng vào cái kết quả làm việc và cái kết quả công việc và cái người mà làm việc với mình, đối tác mà làm việc với mình, hơn là cái mối quan hệ mà người ta đã có ở ngoài xã hội như thế nào. And that's the end in my presentation, and Lena will continue.
Hello everybody, now it's my turn. My name is Lina, and now I will talk about workaholic. The first one, I want to make sure that all of you know what is the definition of workaholic. The first one, when we think about workaholic, the first word we think about addicted. It means that someone who is addicted to work and spend a lot of time to work and finds it difficult for not working. And so workaholic is a perfectionist person who always try to prove themselves. So what is the reason why people become workaholics? In my opinion, there are two main reasons. The first one is statutory causes. By which I mean is they want to prove themselves or they want to reach achievement. And the second reason is they want to make a living. Maybe from due to their childhood influence. Ở đây là nghĩa là khi mà một đứa trẻ có cái tuổi thơ hơi là cực khổ thì họ sẽ có xu hướng hay là họ muốn làm việc nhiều hơn để cải thiện cuộc sống sau này của họ. Vì vậy mà có một số người họ là làm dùng cái đó và trở thành một người là nghiền công việc hơn là đó. Tiếp theo là rất có there are many people who mistake between the words workaholic and hard worker. So I will identify I clearly the first one workaholic I mean is the person who left the family, whereas hard worker is the person always understand the value of the family. They know how to understand the work-life balance very well. And the second, workaholic is the person has a little enjoyment while working. They enjoy addiction. And work harder, they always enjoy the work they do. And the next one, workaholic is a person who always try to outwork others. And hard worker is a person who always compete with themselves and work to perform better than the past. Then last one, workaholic is a person who lives to work, whereas hard worker is a person who works to make a living. That is very different. Thường thì cái gì nhiều quá thì cũng không tốt đúng không ạ? Thì nghiền công việc cũng vậy. Khi mà bạn nghiền công việc thì sẽ ngoài những cái lợi ích mà nó mang lại thì nó sẽ còn một số bất lợi. Ví dụ như đây là for example, the first one I want to mention about is it will affect a lot up to our health. For example, insomnia, stress, depression, and anxiety. The second is physical health disease and poor nutrition. Disease, for example, some disease such as a poor or had a bad trait or something else. The third is about personal life, social and family relationship. If some people spend a lot of time on working, it means that they don't have enough time for their family, for other relationship. That's why they are the relationship between they and other people are not close as before. And the last one is decrease the top performance. By which I mean is if the person work a lot of, so maybe they get into tired, and when they get into tired, their performance is not good. And here is the way to overcome the workaholism. The first one I want to introduce to all of you is that commit to fixing the problem. The second is talk to the boss. If your boss put a lot of pressure on you, and I think you should refuse wisely. Nghĩa là khi mà sếp mình đặt ra cho mình rất nhiều áp lực thì mình phải nên nói thẳng với sếp, hoặc là nên từ chối một cách khôn khéo. The next is practice setting boundary and having work-life balance make sure that you are in the right job. And the last one, seek for personal help, nghĩa là khi mà mình bị quá cuồng với công việc mà mình không thể giải quyết được thì mình sẽ cần tới sự giúp đỡ của những cái bác sĩ tâm lý để giải quyết giúp mình ạ. The next term I want to tell you about work ethic and materialism. Wait, let me ask one of you. Materialism, what does it mean? Who can answer my question? Materialism nghĩa là chủ nghĩa vật chất. Và khi mình nhắc tới chủ nghĩa vật chất thì mình sẽ nhắc tới là vấn đề đầu tiên là about money. Money go first, that's right. Achievement and position. Now it's about work ethic. Work ethic is a belief that work is valued as an activity and morally good. And here's 6 ways to improve your work ethic. It will make helpful for your work after we finish our study in university. The first one is attendance. I think we should limit absence from work and go to work on time. The second is productivity. The third is teamwork and organizational skill. The next is we have to some characters such as honest, dependable, or loyal. And we should have a good attitude at work. Last but not least, we have to respect not only the boss but also the colleagues and your custom and everyone around. Here's an example of American work ethic and attitude. America works based on motivation. The first is relegation motivation. Material success is a side whose favor. Those who achieve success are more chosen and go to the heaven. And the second is achievement motivation. And it will compare to the China work ethic and attitude. China people view work as essential for having membership in a community. Work is necessary for them to gain social acceptance in the society. So in China, work ethic is based on social pressure and community belonging. The next, I want to tell you about this action to work. Before moving to this part, I want to ask you. I want to ask some of you. Besides your study at university, do you have any work part-time job? Yes, of course. And what is the primary motivation to you to go to work? Earn money. Anything else? Who can answer?
Have more experience.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that's more experience. And who can answer? Okay, now let me show you the motivation. You want to show the idea? Okay, thank you. Now here's some motivation for you to work. I think the first one is earn living. That's right? Yeah, the second is rich achievement. The third is gain power position, and the last one is about our person. No, I think no one wants to go to work just for our person. They want to earn money first, and then if they have money, they can enjoy their lives. That's right? Sorry. Wait. And people attitude towards their job and related to nature work and the what they receive. For example, teacher will be willing to convey knowledge if their student willing to listen carefully or study hard. Or sometimes they feel they are in practice, so you have the person to teach the lesson very well. And here example, so the difference between in the United States and in American English. In United States, when we ask someone what do you do, it means that who you are or what you are. And in American English, when we ask someone what do you do, it means that what are you going and what are you want to be. What do you want to do when you grow up? Yes. So in American English, they imply doing than working. Implies on doing than being. And another part is that what someone does also has to determine that person prescribe, nghĩa là khi mà công việc của bạn lao thì sẽ ảnh hưởng tới cái uy tín của bạn. For example, a doctor has more style than a bus driver. I think that is right. And in social, people are ambivalent toward to their work, gratified and satisfied. According to American president, he said American competitive spirit is the work ethic of people is alive and well. Whereas have some idea claim that I like my job and I'm good at it, but so agree me down sometimes. And the last thing I need to take home is a hatchet. Cái nghĩa là mặc dù mình thấy là cái này cũng khá là giống ở Việt Nam. Mình làm khi mà mình mặc dù có những khi mình rất yêu thích công việc của mình, nhưng bên cạnh đó công việc đó sẽ mang lại không chỉ là những cái lợi ích, nhưng mà bên cạnh đó thì nó sẽ tác động rất là lớn tới cái cuộc sống của mình. Ví dụ như là cái là mình rất là nhiều áp lực chẳng hạn, thì mình vừa là trong lúc đó thì mình vừa là thích công việc rồi vừa là ghét công việc đó. And here is the summarize of my group. You can see it, and I will send this presentation on Jalo, and you can check it. And I hope our presentation will help you not only in your study but also in the work after you are leaving our university. Thank you for listening. After our presentation, I want to invite some of you to enjoy our game. It's very easy to all of you. I have mentioned in our presentation. So here's two tones, and you have to choose whether the sentences belong to workaholic or hard worker. Now let's begin. Okay. Who can okay, first? Try. Me.
Workaholic is need less family life.
That's right. And me.
Leader enjoyment while working, enjoy additions is workaholic.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. And who want to try? Tom, you want to try? Yeah.
Food is linked to work.
Live to work? Okay, that's very good. And who eat? How's your kid? And who? Please.
Living to work.
Sorry, can you louder, please?
Me and no.
Nói quốc ngữ là của không cười.
No, it's wrong. No, it's wrong.
Complete result in the past is hard worker.
Okay, that's right. And who want to try? Me again.
To make a living is hard worker.
Yes. Okay. And the last one, I want to invite Mian.
Workaholic is try to outsmart and outwork other.
Okay, very good. And now it's the answer. Now it's the answer. Good job, everyone. And hope you have a happy afternoon. Thank you. Nào bạn hù hù. Thuyền đảo rồi. Thuyền đảo vậy đi.
Send.
Okay.
Thank you.